These are the Lems waterproof boulder boot, and they are almost the only pair of barefoot boots you'll ever need. First off, I wanted to use the microphone for this video, but I apparently forgot the power cable for my interface, so hopefully this is the last video with really bad audio. First, comfort. These bad boys are a joy to wear. Super comfortable, you can wear them all day long. There's pretty much no break-in period whatsoever. They're super lightweight, and as far as the fit, they say go a half size up on the boulder boot, and I would definitely do that. I'm normally an 11.5 in barefoot shoes, so I went with a 12, and they're pretty much perfect. I also get a lot of comments about width, people with really wide feet, which I frankly don't have wide feet. I have pretty normal or narrow feet, I guess. But these are a pretty wide toe box, very, very comfortable shoe. So hopefully they're wide enough for you. But that brings us right into foot health. Now, like I said, they're super lightweight and they're very flexible for a boot. Most boots aren't gonna do this whatsoever. Second, there's zero drop, which is great. Overall, you're gonna feel great wearing these all day. They're good for your feet and your body. And as far as style, I think they look really cool. You know, this leather is way better, in my opinion, than the original boulder boot. This waterproof version kind of comes in this nice color. I forget what it's called. They have a really great look, you know. I've been complimented on these multiple times already, just wearing them out. People think they look cool, and the wide toe box doesn't look weird on these shoes. It kind of just gives them a cool, you know, kind of chunky outdoor feel. So I think they're 100% in the style category. But let's get into function, right? How well do these boots perform? And how well do they do in the winter? First off, they're warm, right? So the sole is thicker than most barefoot shoes, which I think is appropriate for a boot, especially a boot that you're gonna be wearing in cold, wet weather. So that thicker sole keeps your feet nice and warm. Second of all, totally waterproof. I've worn these out in the snow, I've stepped in puddles, I've tested them out, and they don't let any water in. They have up to this point of the boot, they won't let any water in, which is good. And they're durable, right? They don't get messed up easily. You can step in mud, you can get them dirty, and sticks can smack against them, and they're gonna be all right? They're pretty resilient boots. But, ice. Look at this tread. It's not the best. First off, this whole sole is a thick foam. It's not actually even rubber. And second, that tread, not only is it not super deep, but it's just these kind of small, it's not made to be slip resistant at all. And if you're on a more intense hike, it's not gonna have that grip, right? And that is the one big downfall of the Lems waterproof boulder boot. The tread just isn't ideal. You know, I think that's part of the reason that it's so flexible and light, but you sacrifice that really good grip and safe feeling on slippery terrain. And for that reason, I'm going to recommend another boot. But don't worry, it's almost exactly the same. You might even know about it already, but I really recommend checking out the Lems waterproof Boulder Summit. So the Boulder Summit boot looks basically the same as the Boulder boot, but they've fixed the tread. They've added a thick rubber layer on the bottom with some really deep, good tread. And I don't know if that's going to be at the cost of some of the flexibility and lightness, but for me, I think I would make that trade-off. I think I would take the better tread, more slip resistance, more function in tough environments, rather than the most light, flexible boot possible. And I bet they're both pretty good anyway. Either way, they're great boots. It's just a matter of what you want out of them. I would want the Summit boots, but I don't have them, so that's what I would say is like the boot that I would recommend, like if you had one boot, but I can't fully say that because I don't have them. Like mine are great, but like, come on, give me the Summits. And that's what I have to say. They check all the boxes for me. They work in the winter, they work kind of any season, they feel great, they're good for you, and they're just kind of epic. That covers fall, winter, spring, but what about the summertime? Check out my video on the only pair of sandals you'll ever need. It's gonna be right there. It's pretty crazy.